will run your ass into the fucking ground.
I don't know what shit you doing, Kanan.
Oh.
But I can tell it ain't good.
Turn around.
You brought all this shit into his life.
Detective Howard, you got a minute?
And the feds, they got eyes on you, they got eyes on Kanan.
They can look all they want. Ain't got shit to see.
I don't know where to start, Lamont. I really don't. But this was it was a good episode. But I'm nervous. I'm scared. You know, Rock is a horrible mother. She is just trash. Ronnie is a freaking psychopath. I mean, I called him Michael Myers the last episode, and it seemed like that came true. But I mean, we got some lighter things in this episode too. Jukebox made it to the group. You know, Marvin and Lulu are trying to take over this club. I mean, it's so much to talk about. I'm gonna pass. What do you want to talk about first, man? I'm gonna put the ball in your court today. Where you at on this? What are you passionate about?
I would never on your show take first dibs at a topic.
Okay.
You tell me where to go. You the point guard. You be Kobe, I be Shaq. You lob it up somewhere and I'll take it.
Okay. I got you. We can start here, man.
Okay.
You know, you're right. You are absolutely right. I was just really under the impression that when Unique and Rock started their little romance and smashing session, that it was not going to be as passionate and steamy as it is. I'm lost for words, man. I thought it was just going to be kind of like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, get in, get out. You know, hey, you know, I'm kind of bored, I'm kind of lonely. What you doing? You want to come over real quick, drop this down, you know, my drawers. But no, they, you know, if the situation was better, they may have turned into a couple. I did not see that coming. I really didn't. It really seems like they are cutting for each other, man. Like it's some strong emotions here, man. And I like it, but at the same time, I don't, because you know, he has his baby mom at home and the child and leaving her there with Ronnie while he eating pizza backwards. Where you at on that, man? How you feeling about their relationship or the ending of it? Or yeah, just the whole thing. How you feeling?
Well, I've always felt like it was going to be a diabolical brew because it's going to explode in somebody's face. And I always felt like Unique would catch the worst of it. And in one regard already he is, because she just basically broke up with him because her son is coming back home. Which, like I've been saying from the beginning of the season, Rock can detach herself from Unique, but Unique is so deep in that, you know what, he tasting the Krispy Kreme. Now, he accepted her terms, but you can cool believe in his heart he's not done with her. He's not. He is not done with her. And I like how he went home and Ronnie, the psychopath that he is, around there acting like Jason, popping up at everybody's crib. He is the black Candyman. He's the black Jason. He put the bug in Pam's ear that Unique is out here messing around with somebody else. And sure enough, he was trying to eat a sandwich. She comes home and she's down up on him. Who you out there with? What you doing? He ain't tell her, because if he would have told her it was Rock, she would have burnt the house down.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Unique has got a whole lot of issues going on. He's getting ready to lose Rock because she's bringing her son home. Pam is upset with him. And the brother done basically said F-U-N-word because he lied to him. He lied to Unique about him having a meeting with Dean. So Unique is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be interesting to see which way he goes.
Yeah, man. So staying on Unique and his girl Pam, man, are they married or are they just in a relationship or in playing house? Like, do you know the full status of the relationship? I don't know.
No, they're not married. They're a boyfriend, girlfriend with a kid.
Okay. And I like her too, man. We in season 3 right now. I really can't remember how much screen time she had, if any at all, in the first 2 seasons. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the most that they've shown her in this season. Am I correct or am I wrong in that?
No, they showed her a little more because remember there was a shootout situation. He basically had to get them all to safety, get her out the house, get his son out the house. They shot up the car. You seen her then. You seen her get into it with Rock last season. But in terms of every episode, this season we've seen her pretty much on every episode, whereas the previous seasons we might have seen her once or twice throughout the entire season. So we've seen her, but not on every single episode the way we've done this season.
Okay. Y'all let us know what y'all think right here. Now, of course, Rock is doing her thing, trying to clean her money. She done bought out this bodega, this shopping strip right here. And, you know, she got the money to do it. You know, she was talking earlier in this season that, you know, her money is growing. You know, and was it season 1 or season 2 when Liliana was watching it, that Raps was eating it? You know what I mean? That's a kind of a good problem to have, you know, but now she has a place to kind of splurge and invest and, you know, clean it, as I was saying. However, the landlord or whoever he was is over here talking to these cops right here, man, and they are applying pressure. In my opinion, this is nothing but a horrible thing. I think it's going to end up biting her in the face. And you know, while I don't like Rock, I still rather root for her than these cops right here. They look like they got something up their sleeve, man, like some nefarious ways. You think this is going to be a good thing or bad thing? I think it's going to be horrible. Where are you at on that?
Bro, you're 100% right. Them two fucking creeps. They look like creeps. They smell like creeps. And they was talking to Rock like she knows they're creeps. First of all, why y'all doing research on this woman? She ain't even inked the deal with the property. Y'all done researched the son and her and all. That should have been a warning sign to her that there's too much going on with these cops. Then they want to give you their number and they're warning you about how bad the community is and if you need protection, yada, yada, yada. I don't think Rock is foolish enough not to know that she can't trust these guys. She knows. And she knows that there's some kind of ulterior motive for why they're introducing themselves to her, because why would they? Unless they want to sleep with her, which I'm sure they do want to do that.
Right.
But Rock's no spring chicken. And for them to actually admit that they have researched her and her son, that probably told her everything she needs to know. And she will handle the creepazoid cops, Buckley and Roland, as she needs to. And I really want her to handle them because they was being pure T creeps, man. Like pervert creeps. And why we need to know, but why do we need to know? Why does Rock need to know that you coach your son's football team and all that stuff? Like she said, my son don't play no sports. And if you did research good enough, you would have known he don't play no sports. So those two are going to be problems. And 100%, bro, one of them going to have to kick the bucket.
Yeah, man. Hopefully both of them. You know, like I said, I really don't like Rock right now. I mean, damn, this episode, we're going to talk about it, but not quite yet. But she did one of the worst things possible. I mean, she just keeps digging herself into a deeper hole. I mean, I have to try to give her some credit because, like you said, she did trying to, you know, break the relationship off with Unique. And, you know, that is a smart decision to make, you know, if you're trying to, you know, look at the greater good of things long term, you know. And so I'm rooting for Rock as far as, you know, black people sticking together. But yeah, these cops that are taking advantage of their authority, super duper creeps. I hope they get done in, not quick, but nice and slow. Okay. I really want them to suffer. You know, I don't know, maybe throw him in the furnace that Stefano has. And we didn't even get to see him in this episode at all. You know, maybe we'll get him in episode 5. But yeah, starting off, man, it really did make me uncomfortable. And so, yeah, Rock, be careful, man. Keep your head on the swivel. You know, you got these cops looking after you. You got people in these big trucks, these vans taking pictures. You know, you are not out to win. You know, and they say, man, even though she's trying to be out the game, you know, she's quite not out the game yet. And so she is going to really, really, really have to look over her shoulder, you know, the whole time. We got cousin Skeeter right here at the very, very beginning, making runs for Kanan, man, and he gets caught. And then getting Lulu thrown in the mix as well. I personally think that it would be in Kanan's best interest if he let somebody know what he's doing. Because look, if you got to be smarter than this, in my opinion, Kanan, everybody's built different. You cannot just expect these guys right here to be loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? What if Lulu or anybody else was not available to come spring your friend out of jail? They could flip on you and be like, hey, well, Kanan's the ringleader. You know, I'm just a young little lad trying to go to school. And, you know, people don't want to just go down by themselves. This dude could have snitched. You know, I mean, am I making sense? And if Kanan is doing this by himself, if it's just a famous and Kanan operation, you know, I don't really think they're doing their homework. You know, because Lulu don't want to be a part of this. He don't know what's going on. I mean, he doing other things. You know, Lil breaking people out of jail for little weed charges is much over him. And it just, you know, it would have really bitten Kanan in the ass if Lulu didn't want to come and help. But I mean, how do you feel about that? Am I tripping or you know, how do you feel about that?
Nah, you got some legitimate beef right there, my brother. I mean, anytime you got somebody that look like Wale helping your drug organization, you got to know people that look like Wale ain't good for nothing but rapping. You don't want to have them up front moving your drugs. And you're right. Dude, he's not the type of guy that's going to have that much loyalty to Kanan because he still worked for Paul. And having said that, I think Kanan do need to let either Lou or Marvin in on the secret. I get that he wants to be his own man. Dude could have snitched on Kanan, but right now Kanan has the advantage of having his daddy working in the police force, who's throwing all kinds of shields for Kanan. We're gonna talk about that later on. Just throwing shields like he's Graviton, fighting the Avengers. You're not penetrating this bubble. Throwing them up left and right. And so for now, Kanan is good. You know, even if let's just say dude would have ratted on him and there's not that shield that'll protect him. How much trouble is Kanan going to get into for weed? Not a lot. You know, a little bit, but not a lot. Not like it would be if he was on cocaine or something. But at the end of the day, you're talking about loyalty. And these guys, I mean, what did Chris Brown say? These hoes ain't loyal. Them guys ain't that loyal to you. Y'all haven't been through enough. And I feel your point. Go let Wale sing or something. I don't know. Get him off your team. You know, he should have known. He should have been able to get away from the cops on that 35-mile-an-hour scooter. He should have ducked through 3 sidewalks. Boom, 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 and got away. But he didn't make it. I would cut him loose for that.
Right on. I almost forgot his you know, Howard, Detective Howard is his daddy. You know, even though it was an episode, it just slipped my mind real quick. And Kanan is just too out in the streets with this, man. I mean, was he passing out weight in the middle of the schoolyard, or like, did I look at that the wrong way? I mean, like, bro, everybody's around you. I must be seeing things, Lamont. Am I tripping, or was he really, you know, making distributions out in the playground in front of the school buses and all that?
No, I think he was. I think he was giving them their assignments. I don't think he had to wait on them. I think he was handing out the assignments of where they were supposed to go. I don't think he had to wait on them in the schoolyard. He ain't that stupid. But what is stupid, I would say, is that some of them guys don't even go to that school. And I think one thing that he's failing to realize is that just because you're trying to separate from your mom does not mean that the law sees it that way, because they're taking pictures of you and your mother.
Right.
You and your mother. And so just because you separated from her don't mean that the law see y'all as separated, and you're going to mess around and bring down the whole Thomas empire by doing your little side hustle with the weed.
Right. Yeah. Got to be more careful, man. Got to be more careful. But, you know, he's young. We'll see. You know, we know he survives, of course, you know, all the way to the end. But I am enjoying this journey, seeing him trying to get there, man. You know, that's interesting right there. Now, this right here is Ronnie is going into this bar, trying to get some weight, getting on people's nerves and all that right there. Ronnie, I don't like him. I just don't. I mean, I didn't like him at the very beginning of this episode, and of course, we're gonna save the last scene for the end. But this the way he's moving around, man. You know, he's just like he owns the place, and it's really, really frustrating. It's like I just think he should chill out, do his homework first, and kind of see how things, you know, work, see how the world has changed. Kind of like I think Unique was trying to tell him in the car, I think in episode 2, like, you know, hey, bro, things are different now, man. You know,
Right.
some of our enemies are friends, and some of our friends are enemies. But you know, he's going around all butthurt and stuff like that, and it's really, really pissed me off. I like this guy right here. I forget his name, but of course, you know, he's been in a lot of films, a lot of television shows. Right now, off the top of my head, I remember him from Waiting to Exhale, and of course, he's been,
Oh
you know, yeah, I forget his name. I need to look it up, but yeah, how did you feel about this right here, man? Just Ronnie, just, you know, kicking everybody door in, like saying, "Gimme, gimme, gimme," you know, kind of like a whiny baby. But yeah, how did you feel about all that, man? Because he's grinding my gears tough right now.
Ronnie is making this story way more intriguing with his craziness, and I guarantee you, Ronnie's on the spectrum, bro. Like Ronnie got Asperger's, he's got autism. Ronnie is full on. He does. Whoever did the acting coaching to help him be a crazy person, they nailed it. He does little stupid innuendos like push his chair underneath the table, set his plate a certain way, fix his paper towels a certain way. Women, if you go on a date with a man and he does all this crazy foolishness, you could believe his ass is crazy. You don't want none of that penis, okay? Run fast. And Ronnie does all that on this show. And because of that, yeah, he crazier than a bag of cats with one mice in it. But I love him because he adds so much intrigue to the story. It's almost like they brought a element of thriller to the story, because this guy is dubbing as a crazy, on the spectrum drug dealer, but also a killer, popping up out of your closets, popping up outside your house, popping up across the street. He is really, really wacky. And he wants to get his business going, man. And Unique is not helping him. So I mean, when you cage a hungry animal and corner him, he's gonna lash out, and that's what Ronnie is doing. He's lashing out. And in the clip you showed us, he got a chance to meet Snaps and Pops. I just call him Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Snaps being played by Wendell, Pops being his wife. And B. Avery, did you see how thirsty his wife is? I mean,
yeah,
quite
disturbing. Yeah, that was oh, you got those jail muscles on you. Like, that's just ridiculous, you know.
And
What's
that
going on
nigga
there?
ain't got a muscle nowhere. She making up stuff, talking about you got
Yeah.
jail. We seen him in there pumping iron. Ain't no muscles on that cat. She was just thirsty, okay?
Yeah,
Maybe Wendell Pierce has done waiting to exhale sex on her in this show. And so now she looking. So now she's looking for some of that young slang or whatever's going on.
Yeah,
but she's thirsty. She's too thirsty.
Yeah, she is super thirsty, man. You know, but shout out to Wendell, man. When he popped up, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I know him. I like him as an actor. So yeah, shout out to him. You know, doing a good job. You know, we're gonna see how what he does next. Now, yeah, we didn't really get much of this right here. This is Unique at the beginning of the episode with the I think there was Korean and them trying to work out you know, their distribution, you know, him just saying, hey, Rome was not built in a day. Give me some time to get the word out there so we can sell this product. Okay, we need, you know, can't get too crazy too fast because we don't want to draw too much attention. And so not too much to talk about right there unless you wanted to jump in. But what I did not expect to see is Marvin pulling up to this news station right here and talking to his boy, man. You know, that therapy really did help, and your boy here is having withdrawals, man. They miss Miss Renee. He needs a support group, or both of them. And I really like this. Never in a million years would you ever see these two together having lunch, breaking bread, shaking hands, dapping each other up, loving and embracing each other. But I mean, I thought it was a nice, beautiful scene here, you know, and it seems like he's still kind of tweaking here with his acting, you know, him rubbing his hands. And, you know, what I really did like this scene. I want to see this develop a bit more between them. I think he's going to relapse again in some way, shape, or form. maybe even threaten Marvin in some way. I don't want that to happen, but you know, we're gonna find out. You know, they had made an agreement like, hey man, let's keep meeting up. And he seemed really happy and desperate about it. But you know, what if Marvin gets busy and that's not able to make one of their meetings? Is he gonna flip out or something? I don't know. Maybe. What do you think about all that?
This whole scene, well, this whole season rather, they keep giving us nuggets that Marvin is going to kick the bucket this season. That's what they're telling us. I'm sorry, that's what they're telling us, because he's the MVP of this season so far, and they keep giving his character these warm transitioning moments. And so when he dies, there's going to be a lot of loose ends that Marvin was holding together that made him a very, very bona fide fan favorite. So, for example, Gerald, he's basically going to be his new therapist, basically. And we also learned that Gerald is an editor for the culture. When you first saw Gerald in therapy last season, you would never imagine that he's supposed to be representing cultural voices. You would have looked at him and thought he was a Trumper. That's what you would have thought. But they flipped it on you, and he's representing the culture as an editor for this this organization. We also saw Marvin basically turn and decide to help his brother. We've seen Marvin become friends and a parent to his daughter, Jude. And when you take that character away from all these things that he stemmed from, it's going to be painful for a whole lot of people. And that's what I see happening here. And you are 100% correct. Gerald is probably going to have a relapse and need Marvin. Marvin's not going to be available. Then when you see Marvin, he's liable to flip on him.
Yeah.
So there's some there's a lot of meat to what they're doing. And folks, I hate to be your bearer of bad news, but ladies, if you love Marvin, fellas, if you love Marvin, don't get too happy with it, because he's probably going to be done on the finale.
No, Lamont, we are not going to speak that into existence. Stop it right now. Okay? No. Okay. Marvin is going to live forever. Let me say this then.
Lamont Tyson and B. Avery are going to run into $3 million in 2024.
All right. We can do that right there.
I mean, we know that into it.
Yeah, we're gonna speak that into existence. You know, I'm in my little fantasy land over here because I want Marvin to live, and you like, well, B, he's dead because he wasn't in the Future Power shows. I just want to say he got locked up in jail or something. He didn't die, you know, or I don't want to say he moved away and just left Juke, or maybe she left him. You know, she went to the army for a year and didn't like it or something. I don't know, but I don't want Marvin to die. Right. I don't want him to die. But you know who probably is going to die though, and I can see this coming to Detective Howard. But we see him in this scene right here. We saw him at the beginning. We saw him at the end. The feds are not buying it, man. They're like, bro, Crown Camacho is doing this. We heard that he was just a music guy. Okay, stop pulling our leg over here. We don't believe you. Howard is doing the best he can to set it like, hey, you know, he's thinking quick. You know, he didn't practice his speeches and his scripts. You know what I'm saying? He got the note cards in his pocket so he can go practice in the bathroom every time. You know what I'm saying? Because he was coming quick with it. So I got to give him that there, man. But the feds are not letting up. You think they're going to finish the storyline out in this season or carry it on to the fourth? Or where you at on this, man? Where you at?
I mean, technically you could finish it this season, but I would love for them to carry it out. We saw from his character, from Howard, Detective Howard's character in this episode, him taking a stand against a couple of things. Number one, let me talk about Agent Tanner and the other guys stopping him, not believing any of this Crown Camacho bullshit, because that's what it is. They see right on through it. And not only that, but they even gonna say to him, hey buddy, we're still working on that case of who shot you.
Yeah.
And to me, B. Avery, that was an innuendo to them knowing about Kanan being his son. And I think that Howard should heed that warning, because right now, anytime there's some issues with the Thomas family, his son, Rock, whatever, he's throwing the Graviton shield up or the Magneto shield up. He's saving them from everything. You know, sooner or later, somebody's going to get on to that. And then that's going to put him under more pressure. And so I could see them ending his storyline this season. I don't want them to. I want to string it out a little more. And I think that the way his storyline is going to end is not going to be with jail, it's going to be with death. And he grew a set this episode, B. Avery, because I told y'all he wanted to get back in Rock panty draws. And he see that she's not allowing that to happen. So he told her, don't you call me no more. Next time you're going to do something to set up your family, don't call me no more.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what Howard's sick of this mess. He done.
I don't think he was trying to get up in the. I don't think he was trying to get up in there like that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm not saying. I'm sure he would have obliged her if she offered, of course.
Definitely.
But I don't think that was on his mind. Okay.
In my opinion, it was on his mind to try to maybe get the family back together. Especially the very first episode when he was looking at Rock and trying to touch her, and she basically gave him the block.
That was weird. Yeah.
That was him basically saying, girl, you looking good. We need to get our family back together. And then he kept trying to prove to her that we can do some good things together. And she kept running, nah. I mean, her nose is wide open for Unique, so she ain't thinking about him. And so he done got to the point where this ain't gonna happen. Look, stop calling me when you need something then, okay? You ain't gonna give me no play. I ain't here to stay. That's what he did. And I'm
like
happy he grew a step.
I like that. I like that. Good job. Good job. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments in the chat. I don't know. I'm pushing back a little bit, but you could be right, Lamont. You could be right, but do you think that Detective Howard is just trying to have a good platonic relationship so they can all stay clear of jail or death? Or you think he was trying to get back in there like swimwear? I'm really curious to see what everybody has to say about that. But I thought this was Rock at the door, but no, it is Paul. He is like, hey man, what the hell are y'all doing? I have a real job and you are cutting in on my money, stealing all my carriers, okay? I don't know if Kanan gave him a few $100. We knew that this relationship was not going to last. Paul is going to get mad and get jealous and bitter and mess it up, and they're going to end up killing him. The writing is on the wall. It probably is going to go down next episode. I want them to resolve it. I mean, they have a good problem. They are making money, but you know, you're going to have that. They got to close shop a little bit and reorganize. Okay, pull these storyboards out and get some more people in there so everybody can win. I hope Paul is patient, but I don't think he's gonna be. I mean, Kanan sold it well. He gave him some money. This will hold you over. And hey man, while you're gone, you know, I still need a day job. I completely understand where Paul is coming from. But Paul is making me nervous, man. You know, Paul, you know, Kanan, is he gonna catch body number 2 and put that in his lyrics? But what do you say here, man? And how did Kanan handle it, and how you think it's gonna play out as well?
Man, you can't trust old Paul Ichabod Crane because what business is he doing? Literally. Kanan has got his drivers, his couriers doing more business than what they was ever doing for Paul, which has got to dig at his ego a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Who is this little young black dude doing more business than me? And I'm a white guy, you know, and they doing more business than me. You take him out. So what's going to happen with Ichabod Crane? He's either going to want more of a cut, or he's going to start wanting to get a cut plus whatever else is going on, or he's going to try to turn into a snitch. At which point in time, he's going to have to die. He's going to have to die.
I think my fault.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
If he was the snitch, he's also throwing himself under the bus because these are his couriers. And if one of them decide to run their mouth, he's done.
Right. What I think at this time, and I just thought about this, or what would be a good idea is for Kanan and Famous to bring Paul into their business as well. I mean, he knows that they're doing it. You know, give him a decent cut. It'll strengthen the relationship. You know what? Hopefully that does happen. Hopefully, you know, this can pop off in a positive way. You know, we all want to make money. We all want to survive. you know, instead of Paul just going home frustrated and miserable every day, you know, because he's getting ran out by a little high schooler. Kanan, bring him in. Bring him in. You know, I don't think Paul will make deliveries himself, but you know, he is responsible in a sense and has experience on organizing and doing that anyway. You know, Famous does need help over there. And so I think that would be a good solution to the, like Ronnie said later on in the episode, there's always a solution to a problem or something like that. So I think that would be in everyone's best interest for Paul to get in on the weed business in some way, shape, or form, you know, right, answering the phone. I don't know, something. I mean, they can get creative with it. So y'all let us know what y'all think. You think that's a good idea, or
you want to see Paul doing something in a paid capacity with them? Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think it would be a good short-term idea, 100%. But long-term, what's to keep Paul from acting like he's every grocery store in America and start blaming inflation on why he need more to cut of the money? I see Paul being that type of dirty cat.
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that, man. Y'all do. Now, this kind of broke my heart initially seeing Jukebox, you know, trying to sign up for the Army or the Navy or the Marines or whatever branch of the government it was. It looked like all of her dreams were slipping through her fingers, you know, like she just wasn't going to make it and be happy with what she really wanted to do with her life. Yet and behold, I still love it when Marvin and Juke are spending that quality time together, and she gets that magical knock on the door, and it's this young lady right here. Do we know who she is in real life? She looks familiar, but I can't really put my finger on it. But I like her, man, and she gave it the good news. You made the group, Lamont. I didn't see it coming. I thought that she missed out. I thought we was gonna see Juke crying in the corner. I didn't make it in the group, and she gonna have to sing at Lulu and Marva's new club, but. You know, she got the golden ticket, man. And so I was surprised by this. How did you feel, and how you think this is going to play out?
You know, I always thought she had a shot. I think they did all that drama and all that just to have drama on the show, but I always thought she had a shot to get it. And I didn't have a problem with Great Value Tisha Campbell popping up to tell her the news. But I do have a problem. What I do have a problem with when it comes to Great Value Tisha Campbell, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this in a little bit, is her trying to assert some kind of authority over the Great Value SWV group that she's calling Butter. I like the opportunity for Juke. I was saddened when Juke was sitting there trying to get a physical from a doctor that kept around disrespecting the girl as though she didn't had sex. Juke told the chick 4 or 5 times, I've not had sex. You ain't got to worry about me getting pregnant. And the doctor's still pretending and acting like the girl is some kind of stereotype. Oh, sure, whatever. So I was happy that Juke didn't have to deal with the Army.
True, I was happy too, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I really wasn't that annoyed with the doctor.
I was annoyed.
I mean, she could have been a bit more polite, but I think she was just kind of just doing her job and just like, look, I mean, come on now. I mean, no, you don't want to make assumptions and stuff like that, but you know, people to be lying to their doctor and their physician sometime, you know, and I don't know. I could be wrong. You could be right, but I'm gonna stand on that. But you said you didn't like Miss Tisha Campbell and the way that she was throwing around her authority. We're gonna get there. But I think that she's gonna be the troublemaker right here. She's cocky, she's arrogant, singing.
Oh yeah.
If the group don't work out, I feel like it's gonna be her fault. In some way, shape, or form. She just need to dial it back. I was gonna say a little bit, but no, I'm gonna say a lot. But I love her. She's just so sweet, so adorable, coming in with a great positive attitude. I loved all of that right there. That was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What do you think about the group so far, Butter? I like it. Other than what I said, and I did not mind her saying I don't care, because well, look where they were. I mean, she's the one with the connections. She's the one with the deals. And for you to say, I don't know if I like the group. And she was polite and professional until she made that comment, was like, you know, I don't care. I don't blame her for that. You know, I mean, she was kind of up on her high horse a little bit, but I can understand where she's coming from, man. This is work. This is not just some play thing. And she don't have to invest in these girls if she don't want to. So I didn't really have a problem with her God complex. I thought it was somewhat warranted from Miss Cocky Arrogant Know-It-All over there. But what's more of your commentary on that? Because we may disagree.
Well, yeah, she did need to knock down Crystal a little bit. Crystal needed to be knocked down because that chick thinks she's the second coming of Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and Anita Baker all in one. And I love the song she was singing, by the way. But I ain't feeling the great value Tisha Campbell's God complex because yes, you got to work hard. Yes, it's like a part-time job, but it's not your job to be trying to tell these girls you are their God. That's not what you're there for, because at the end of the day, she even told them, I'm trying to present y'all to the record companies because Tisha Campbell ain't got the deals. She's trying to present them to the people that get the deals, so in turn, her ass can get a benefit. And trying to God complex your way with some people don't work. And the problem we have with Hollywood right now is that people who consider themselves in a position of authority over someone else, they try to make you do strange things for a piece of change and rain down that authority on you. And I don't like that. It shouldn't be like that. And it doesn't need to be like that. And I like that they're portraying it in this show so that people can see what MFers have to deal with who are trying to work their way up. You got to deal with people like her. Then you got to go deal with the record labels who are going to have their own other issues. So I'm glad they're showing it, but I don't like great value Tisha Campbell because she's trying to eat just like them. And you need to learn a better way to coach your group so that you can get the best out of them.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think, whether you agree or disagree with myself, Lamont, or both. But yeah, y'all let us know. And I love the fact that I don't think we've seen Kanan and Jukebox out or together in quite some time. I think it was the last episode. Rock approached Juke and was like, hey, have you seen Kanan? Where is that? Because he didn't want to be in the house anymore. She's like, no, I haven't seen Kanan. And she's like, yeah, you're right, because you've been practicing on your vocals and trying to come up in life. But it was I like seeing them together. I do. They're cousins looking out for each other. They love each other. They both have them street smarts and trying to survive, and they have a code that they gonna support each other no matter what. So I like all that. It always needs to be more scenes with them together. What say you, sir? What say you?
100%. This is for the actor and actress playing each individual person. You two are some of Hollywood's most young, talented people. And I hope that you all go and do something outside of the Power universe together, because the chemistry with you two on screen is immaculate. Love it. Now back to the show. I love that he took her out of the pizza joint on the corner to take her to a classy joint, B. Smith's, where the mac and cheese is $20 a damn pop.
Yeah.
So that better be some hellified mac. There better be some bacon bits, some Brussels. There better be some good stuff in that mac and cheese. But the most striking thing to me was just how much he cared about her. He said that he was worried about losing her when they was young because of her talents, and that some other heartfelt things that losing her would have hurt him. I wonder how is that going to come back to play later on down the road, because we've seen the relationship he had with her on the original show, and now you're learning why they so close. So I wonder if something comes in where she's threatened, or when she starts to turn her heel, how is he going to behave when that situation happens with her? So she's an integral part of his life right now, and whatever she's going through, he's going to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. This is true. Now let's transition back to Mr. Psychopath over here. Oh, man. Ronnie. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Yeah, man. I will give, I'll say that commentary for the end. But okay. I did see a piece of your trailer reaction to this episode. And I know you talked about this in great detail. But Ronnie is bold as hell, man. Dean here again, I thought was kind of the top of the food chain in the sense, kind of like Saul was, but Ronnie is not shaken by that at all. I like the muscle that Dean had as well, but of course, apparently it wasn't enough. And I was like, you know what they could really do just to throw a wrench in this whole show and surprise the hell out of me if Ronnie would have popped off in the nursing home. But I don't give a damn, and just killed Dean right there. I'm so glad he didn't, man. You know, goodness gracious, all them older people would have just passed out dead right there. Oh my God! What, you know? But yeah, man, he gonna put his hands on them too. I'm like, bruh, what are you doing? Jail has really cooked your brain. And yeah, I was pretty shocked by this right here, man. The penis measuring contest that they were having with each other. Ronnie's a psychopath, but man, what did you make of the scene right here? And you know, did it play out the way you thought it would? And just this scene for now.
100% it played out the way I thought it would. They didn't show us in the trailer, but you know, in that bingo hall that Dean has established for the elderly, that he's got his armed goons in there. And you know, Ronnie wasn't gonna. Ronnie crazy, but he ain't crazy enough where he ready to die. And so, you know, he was gonna back off. You know, he was gonna back off. But you know, someone that crazy, they're gonna come back for revenge. And what's so striking about his craziness, he didn't come back for revenge because of the way Dean shut him down in the bingo hall. He came back for revenge for another reason that we'll talk about when we get there.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Yeah, I can't.
That's what he came back for revenge for, which is just goes to show you just how crazy Ronnie is. And I mean, when you think about the 50 universe, and we've seen some crazy characters in the 50 universe. I didn't think we was going to get any worse than Lamar from BMF. Ronnie quickly in 4 episodes is right up there in the top 4 poster comments. Let me know of all the crazy guys that have been in the 50 verse. Has Ronnie cracked the top 5 already? Definitely has cracked it for me. He's nuts. He can go and ride. He can go ride a G6 right with Elon Musk crazy ass right now. Now.
Okay. Impressive. Who is crazy though? Is it Ronnie or is it Rock? You know, she's walking up to Kanan and Famous's crib. The feds are watching her, you know, taking pictures and all that stuff right there. And we're gonna see how that plays out. And I didn't really put this together at first. Famous is chilling, trying to, you know, he done had a hard day at work in the crib, trying to enjoy his little bleezy. And Rock comes in there, puts a gun in Kanan's bag and pays him off. Now, I did not know what she was doing at first. My dumb butt was just thinking, oh, okay, she's trying to give Kanan some protection. I did not put it together that she was trying to frame him at school. You know, that's just freaking awful. How can you do that to your own son? But Kanan goes to school, man. And as soon as I saw the officer right here in the uniform, I said, oh, damn. Really, Rob? That is the depths that we are sinking to? Because you mad that your son don't want to have nothing to do with you because you are a liar. You tried to turn him and make him kill his own daddy. This is crazy, man. Rock is freaking, and then gonna come in here with the actor. Kanan, I can't believe you. Oh my God, where did the gun come from? She done screwed herself. I mean, damn, this is evil, man. Rock is no good. Oh Lord, Rock is awful, man. Rock is trash. Rock is gutter trash, and I don't mind saying it at all. How'd you feel about her behavior? Because it's repulsive to me. I can't stand her. This was evil. Go ahead.
Well, in one hand, you could say it was evil and repulsive, but on the other hand, you could say you've got a mama bear doing what she feels she needs to do to protect her son from being in them streets. She already see that he's doing the weed game, and she has tried to verbally communicate with him. He's not having it. He done moved out with Famous, living in the hood. She done been over there and seen what they up to. And so, you know, when she put that gun in his bag, the very next phone call she made was to Howard so that he could protect him from getting in trouble. That was the very next phone call she made. So she already knew he wasn't going to get in no real trouble because Howard was running interference. She already knew that what was going to happen was him getting caught means that now we're tied together again because you're going to be under the watch of the social services. And if you act up, they could blame it on me and I get in trouble. And now her future is in the balance based on him, which means she thinks that she has the leverage against him doing what's right. So on one hand, you could say she's a better parent than Tariq's mama and Ghost because Tariq wanted them to teach him the game. They wouldn't. So he goes to other places and learn it. Kanan was trying to learn the game all on his own. And his mama said, you know what? I got the ace of spades in my back pocket and I'm going to force your hand. You will not be in these streets selling no drugs because now me and you doing the straight and narrow is married together and your ass is back in my house. I say well played, Rock, until it blew up in your face. And what blew up in her face? Detective Howard said, don't call me no more. That blew up in her face. So now she's in a pickle.
Okay, good point. I'll give you that. However, you think that she gonna really be able to trust Famous not to spill the beans? Bro, even if she finds out that, even if she finds out the Famous snitches, she's not gonna come and shoot Famous or beat him up. She's just gonna give him a dirty look and not give him no more money. I think that I mean you may I'm not gonna look, you make a good point. I don't even think about it that way. So good point, sir. I'll give you that 2 thumbs up. But I don't think that I don't think she thought that they were Famous or whatever. If she was gonna do what she did, at least, you know, she shouldn't have been seen by anybody. But Famous is going to tell Kanan eventually, and that's just gonna make him never want to deal with her again, ever, you know. Because I mean he was innocent.
If Famous mess around and tell that Rock did that and he didn't warn Kanan before Kanan got the bag, Kanan has already pimp slapped Famous for the first time the mama came over there and gave them money. How do you think Kanan is going to behave if Famous was to come out and say, I knew the gun was in your bag before you went to school and I didn't tell you? Famous can't say nothing. If Famous is asking to have a toe blew off. He's ruining his friendship with Kanan if he run his mouth. Famous is in a famous position. He can't say nothing. Can't say nothing.
Good point. Okay. All right, Lamont. I'm there with the points. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. I like it. I like doing these with you. Now, right here, of course, they have their confrontation, Marvin and Lulu and Marvin, because Lulu did not show up at the audition. And Marvin has every right to be pissed off about it. He says, go take a shower, you musty. You know, but if you're gonna try to show me something. What I like about them is, you know, of course, Marvin has a valid reason to be upset. Like, bro, you can't be not showing up for the kids, especially your niece here. What I don't like that Lulu did was like, I don't feel like getting to the specifics of it. No, why not? Like, I thought you should have told him I was in jail. You know, I was trying to defend this bar because this asshole was doing this and doing that, and I got locked up. So I don't know why, he didn't communicate there. But I like the conversation between them two. You know, I like their relationship. But I just kind of wish he would have opened his mouth more. What say you, man? What say you about that?
I 100% agree, especially considering that the very next thing that came out of his mouth was, yo, bro, I got a great idea. I want you to come see it. I want you to invest in it. Well, go ahead and tell him. You know, go ahead and tell him you missed it because you was in jail beating up somebody. I don't know what your brother is not going to say anything defamatory against you. He loves you. He squashed it. And that's another reason why I feel like Marvin is going to die, because old Marvin probably would have had a big problem with him not showing up. That scene, we see the new Marvin just shrug it off. Hey, it's all good, bro. You know, don't try to make me become a singer. You know, stuff like that. Which is why I'm afraid for Marvin, man. because Marvin is like the type of cat that everybody can get behind right now. Like he's that dude. He is that dude. And so yeah, Lulu should have just went on ahead and told it. I 100% agree with you. But this is just another scene that makes me more afraid for Marvin.
I got you. I got you. Now we kind of spoke about that relationship earlier. I forgot to pull up this image. You know, they not just laying in bed, they having dinner together with the Diet Pepsi and the takeout and all that. It looks delicious and all that right there. Okay, and of course this is Marvin and Lulu at the club. But we got more of I mean, I don't think I have any more images. Yeah, I don't have any more images of Marvin and them at the actually no, I don't. Yeah. So I don't have them. I don't have those images, but they work it out with the white lady at the club. You thinking that they're gonna be knocking boots eventually? I doubt it. Do you have any commentary there about you know, the Marvin, Lulu, and the white lady at the club?
Yeah, knocking boots is out of the question for Lulu because his ambition is talking to him now.
Yeah.
And when a man's ambition gets in the way, you put the panty drawers to the side. Plus, it seems like Dolly Parton Shirley kind of had the hots for their daddy because she basically talked about how all the women used to like their daddy back in the day. So, you know, that'd be kind of nasty. You sleep with someone that your daddy possibly slept with. And I like what they're doing with that club. And I like that Marvin, the brother, is going to be a primary investor. And I like how Lulu checked him because Marvin was thinking he was going to be selling drugs up out of there.
Yeah.
And I like how Marvin was accepting of this new Lulu, which means this is a new Marvin, because the old Marvin would be like, hell no, I'm not giving you my money unless I get to sell drugs out of here. So it was a beautiful thing. It was a very beautiful thing, but it's just more scariness, man, because I'm telling you, when they kill Marvin, think of everything Marvin has set up for the rest of the show, and you're just going to take that away. Think about it. So I'm nervous for it, man. I'm just nervous for it. But I like where they're going with this. And you know that the great value SWV is going to be singing in there sooner or later.
Exactly. Ronnie's desperate, bro. He pulling up to Liliana and her family, man. And I was nervous, man. I was like, Juliana. Appreciate it. I was nervous, man. I'm thinking that Ronnie is just going to pull out a knife or axe, a blade, and just start murdering people in the streets. And I don't want, you know, people in authority to be taken out so easily. And I'll give more commentary there. But do you think they're going to eventually work together, or you think this is the end of this conversation right here?
Oh, it's the end of that conversation. Well, what I see happening when he had that interaction with them, and the boss basically said, "Go about your business." Did you see the way Juliana looked at him?
Yeah.
Juliana has a role for him. And I want him to give Juliana a haircut looking like the damn vampire that stole Brooklyn. Give her a haircut, please, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Because y'all ain't going to get along well. She's got something up her sleeve she wants to do with him. She's going to try to use him somehow, some way, because keep in mind, her cousin really don't care for her that much anyway. And you could tell. And now that they're not messing with Unique and Rock running around here disrespecting her, she might try to start some kind of a secret pact with Ronnie to get at Rock and to get at Unique. So don't be surprised if Juliana decides to go on her own little Sheila E. mission with Ronnie to get some get back. That's what I saw from that scene.
Okay. Again, y'all let us know what y'all think. And we are coming up to the end right now. Of course, yeah, we talked about that right there. What is this right here? What scene is this? Towards the end, I forgot. I don't remember. But these images are kind of crazy. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, the confrontation of brothers, the other brothers. Woo wee, yeah. Lamont over there snapping his neck. Man, they are they gonna squabble, Lamont, or are they going to squabble, man? And I don't really think there's much that you. Well, I was gonna say I don't really think there's much that you can say to Ronnie to get to him, because he's going around killing people just because they breathing the wrong way. But I don't. Yeah, this. I think this relationship is pretty much coming to an end. I don't even know how he gonna make him leave the house. He did. Bro told him like, "Hey man, you ain't shit. I said what I said. Ronnie is, and the way he's eating his pizza too, completely out of pocket, man. Yeah, like I want Unique to kill Ronnie at this point. And I feel actually I mean I do. I really don't feel comfortable saying, yeah, I want some Cain and Abel, brothers killing brothers. Look at me over here encouraging this. That's just horrible. You know what I'm saying? But Ronnie gotta go. Ronnie gotta go. He is a loose cannon man, and he's just out of pocket all the way. That's an understatement. And and Unique is trying to be calculating here. You know, he wanted to knock him out, but he's not gonna do that in his kingdom, in his den. You know, he really got to think about this. Okay, my brother got to go, but he is my brother. Unique is up a creek right now. He don't know what to do, and I don't blame him, man. Lamont, what are your thoughts, sir? What are your thoughts? And the pizza looks good too, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
It damn show. Look, man, it damn show do, and you don't fold to eat you are dealing with someone who's really crazy when they fold and eat their pizza like that. That's a crazy nigga. And secondly, Unique, he's scared of his brother, BA. We just got to go ahead and put that on out there. He's scared of his brother. He don't know what to do with his brother, because anybody that got the information that Unique just got would have said, boy, you got to step. You got to step. You can't stand here with my baby mama and my son. You got to step. But Unique couldn't do that. And I think it's all because he's afraid of him. And the only thing that's going to make Unique probably put some gasoline underneath that fire to do something about Ronnie is if Ronnie start threatening Rock. That's when Unique might, put his cape on and get some brave juice and go after Ronnie after Ronnie goes after Rock.
Do you think that Ronnie will go after Unique's baby mom or child? Hold him hostage, him in a headlock, or you don't think he that crazy? I hope not.
No, like
I sure hope not.
The craziest of the crazy people, they don't do stuff like that. Like, they do crazy stuff, but not like that. Like, they're not gonna crazy folks not gonna hold you hostage. You're just gonna come home and you dismembered.
Oh, like, Lord, mind.
I mean, I'm just being 100 with it. He's crazy like that. He's the type of cat that you think was a child, and prison ain't just make him this crazy behavior. He went to prison crazy, and prison might have add another layer, but he went in there being the type of kid that would go catch a cricket, pluck his legs off, pluck his antennas off, and just see him sit there and flounder. That's this guy right here.
Some Jeffrey Dahmer type stuff.
Yeah, and Unique knows it. That's why Unique ain't fooling around with him. He ain't got enough courage yet. So Unique gonna have to go see his Rock, and Rock is gonna be that tall drink of courage juice that's gonna make him act.
Courage juice. Gotta have your courage juice, man. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous, Lamont. Oh gosh, Ronnie gotta go. But Kanan is back at the crib right here. He don't want to be there, of course. And we talked about this. They at the club working everything out. Rock is horrible. And here you go, right here. Again, man, I don't think. Y'all let us know what y'all think, man. But I don't know. I just don't think that he was trying to get in the panty draws. But I don't reason say that because of you. You got that in my head, that term, panty draws. But yeah, man. We're gonna see if their relationship flourishes and gets better. Because even though they don't like each other, I did like them, having each other's back. Like, hey, the feds are after you. They're looking after me. They're looking at Kanan. All that. And so I think it'll be melded in some way, shape, or form. But Lamont.
Yeah,
I didn't want this to happen. I was like, if they kill the grandma, I'm done. I'm not watching the show no more. I was gonna be like, Lamont, sorry, episode 4. This is our last bout. But I knew somebody was gonna die. I mean, we knew that. I looked when the scene popped up. I moved my cursor over the screen to see how much time is left. I was like, man, they're gonna leave us here with a death. I was like, if you kill the grandmama, I'm done. Thank goodness he did not kill the grandma, but
he didn't have to.
Yeah, he didn't kill Dan.
She never got her hearing aid. She never got that hearing aid in, so he ain't have to kill her.
But the Black Michael Myers comes in here with the butcher knife blade, or grab one, and stabbed him to death. And the thing is, he didn't even know that the hearing aid was not going to be that the hearing aid for the grandma was going to be out. He just chanced it. He didn't go in there with a weapon. That's just how crazy it was, you know. And window of opportunity, and he went in there, F it. Came in there, man, grabbed Dean and stabbed him and stabbed him and stabbed him to death and just left him there, man. I feel so sorry for the grandma. She gonna turn around and not know what to think. Dean is dead.
She's gonna have a heart attack. That's what she's gonna do.
Dean,
she's gonna turn around and have a heart attack.
Lamont, on one hand, I'm entertained because this is just showing how evil and sinister Ronnie is. He's making a great villain, a great antagonist. I do like that. But on the other hand, like I was saying earlier, I don't like when bosses are taken out so easily. And for Dean to be on this hierarchy, this high plane of existence, I thought he should have some better security at his crib. You know, I mean,
right.
I don't know. I guess they're just trying to let us know that Ronnie is just that dude. But at the same time, man, it's just like it was a bit too easy for me as well. And so I'm conflicted. And when I watched it, I was uncomfortable. I was like, damn, he done stabbed him 20 times. This is nuts. This is crazy. I would have liked it more if Dean's goons would have beat up Ronnie first. You know, you gonna come up in the bingo house, let's beat your ass in the alley real quick or something like that. I don't know, man, but I liked it, but I hated it at the same time. Where you at on this? Because this was quite graphic and tragic, in my opinion. All of this.
I liked it, man. Like I said, they've given an element of horror to this thing with Ronnie popping up, stalking people, coming up through the damn basement like he's the clown. I enjoyed it. And I think that they're leaving it to our imagination about the goons that should be protecting Dean. Like the most of the time, your drug dealers and folks like that, the bosses, they have people at the front, you know, at the front gate, front door. Very rarely do we ever see somebody in the damn basement. Yeah. Ronnie came up through the basement. So maybe he slipped in through the crack somewhere, got in the basement, came up the basement, and now he's about to go out the front door and take out somebody. That's the only thing we can assume about that. Because he didn't look like he was going back through the basement. So yeah, I didn't have a problem with the way they did it. I actually liked it. And Dean is a boss, but he's not like the boss. You know, I would say Dean is probably, you know, in the pecking order, you've got street level dudes, you got they boss, then you got the supplier for the street level dudes, then you got the supplier to the supplier, and then you got the shit that's just growing in India on the farm, the cocaine growing fresh on the farm. He was the supplier to the supplier. And so I didn't have a problem with them taking him out. I'm kind of glad that he took him out because he didn't take him out because he felt disrespected that Dean wouldn't sell to him anymore. He took him out because Dean was a snitch. And I'm sitting here like, well, how Dean supposed to know he ain't supposed to call your brother? Because no, Dean ain't messing with no Mathis anyway. But Dean was so shook that he came in there and put his hands on him. He broke down and called his enemy unique to tell on a brother. And that's what made Crazy Ronnie go pull a Michael Myers in this man's house with this man's knife. And what the police gonna say? The grandma did it? Is that what they're gonna say? Yeah. Because your boy had on gloves, so they can't blame it on him.
This is true. Woo, Lamont, man, this is a lot, man. This was a lot. If you had to choose somebody to go next episode of this season, would it be Rock or Ronnie? Ronnie or Rock?
It's got to be Ronnie. It's got to be Ronnie. Can't be Rock. It's got to be Ronnie.
Okay. Yeah, man. Anything else you want to get off your chest that we didn't mention in this episode? I mean, we may have covered it all, but I want to make sure.
Nah, man. I think we got to the gist of it, man. And this season is going by pretty quick. Are they going to be playing this episode 5 next Friday?
I am not sure. I got to look it up and see. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Let me try to.
For those of you that are watching, you know, B. Avery does take super chats even when we're not live. and he just got finished watching Aquaman before it drops. And what I'm saying, B. Avery, is I just got a YouTube alert that some people are dropping Aquaman spoiler reviews. I thought the embargo don't lift till tomorrow.
Yeah, man, I don't like when people do that. You know, that's not cool to drop spoilers before, you know, everybody does have to see it. But, you know, some people are a-holes like that and just need attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's at a 30 wrong button. It's at 36% right now. I'm like the only person that liked it. I love the movie. You know, I thought it was great, but you know, subscribe to my channel, man, and check that out. If you guys are interested in Aquaman. But guys and boys, I can't even talk. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our recap review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 3, Episode 4, titled In Sheep's Clothing. Let us know in the comment section in the chat what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And also what you thought about our commentary. We really would appreciate it. And subscribe to both our channels, whether you watch this on my channel or you're watching this on Lamont's channel over here. My good brother, again, thank you so much for being here. It is a pleasure. I really do appreciate it. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Before we go, why don't you let the good people know what you got going on your channel?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will have an Aquaman review up Monday. Me and my wife are going to be at the Chinese Theater in LA to see it, and we're definitely going to talk about it. And Saturday night, I'm going live to talk about this episode of Power, so come on back tomorrow night. Check me out with 1-2 members of my crew. We'll have some fun. And I might even try to squeeze in episode number 10 of Black Entertainment News and More, because we got Taraji P. Henson talking, and she letting it rip. She ain't holding nothing back about women and pay and her payments as an actress. And then we got Christian Keys. He's still talking. So there's a lot of news. And then the Jonathan Majors thing, there's still news coming out about that. So I might try to squeeze in one of them, but definitely come check us out for the live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday night for Power.
Already, man. Y'all subscribe to this channel, helping reach 160K. And me over here, man, subscribe. I'm still trying to get to that 50K. You know what I'm saying? I'm crawling over here, but it is all good. It is all good. But yeah, check out my Aquaman footage, my Percy Jackson footage, my Jonathan Majors footage, all that good stuff. I got all the thumbnails right here as well. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go ahead.
I got a pronouncement for B. Avery.
What's that?
It is December the 21st of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proclaiming to you that by next year at this time, B. Avery will hit 100,000 subscribers. And he can go pull the tape. I'm proclaiming it right now.
All right. A year from now, 100K. I hope so, man. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, we just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Lamont. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. We'll see you next time.